Always scared that I'm gonna hurt you. Now round and round we go, 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 round and round we. Always taking me round in circles. Always scared that I'm gonna hurt you. Now round and round we go, 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 round and round we go. You know I'm still in your head, so what I left you unread. You know I'm moving silence, and I've been on a roll. Been so long that we in control. Views in the room, wishing you on that pole. Heard about yourselves, I ain't see 'em. Flying off the line in my DM. I don't have time for this, no. That's why you're always alone. Decisions you're making, I don't know what's going on, but that ain't none of my business. I wanna move on. Always taking me round in circles. Always scared that I'm gonna hurt you. Now round and round we go, 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 round and round we. Always taking me round in circles. Always scared that I'm gonna hurt you. Now round and round we go, 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 round and round we go. Always taking me round in circles. Always scared that I'm gonna hurt you. Now round and round we go, 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 round and round we. Always taking me round in circles. Always scared that I'm gonna hurt you. Now round and round we go, 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 round and
That's killed it.
You raised the decision to play Thiago. Klopp doesn't change the system. Since move back left, you don't want to change from the 4-3.
Boom, what's going on, people? We're back again on the Jerry James Show for the second time today, people. And as promised, we're going to be delving into the rumored man, the savior to LFC's midfield, man. Talking of the free kick maestro, the captain of the Saints, James Ward-Prowse. Before we get into it, big up to everyone in the building. Make sure we're smashing the like. Make sure we're hitting we're inside the comments. Make sure we're hitting the share button as well. Before I get into everyone in the chat, G, Ish, and Romz, what are you telling me, man?
It's good to be back with a gang. Live in the building. What are you telling me? But I feel like we've been on holiday or something. Like, come back and it's like, I don't know, like, it feels refreshing. Like, to come back.
You look different. Did you get trimmed? You trimmed?
Yeah, a little sign. You feel me? Like, a little sign.
Yeah, man. G said it's back with the man, then, bro. Like this home straight to the end of the season, I was gonna be depressing, but we used to it by now, innit? But nice to be back with the community and that, chopping it up with no one better than you three. So yeah, man.
Oh, I like that name, Lads of Truth. I like that.
It's kind of hard still. I kind of read that. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Fact. I missed you, man. I've not missed LFC. I've kind of just detached myself from all Liverpool stuff the last couple of weeks. I ain't really been consuming any content, none of that. But then obviously got the game on Saturday, so things are starting to come back in again. Start to think about the rest of the season and that. But As Romz said, it's the home straight. We'll see where we end up in it. We just go from there. But yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, facts, man.
What are you saying, though, Jay? What are you telling me?
Yeah, I'm calm, man. I'm calm. Can't complain, man. Can't complain. Just here, done a stream obviously earlier, broke the James Ward-Prowse news, and certain men aren't happy. I don't know why, but certain men aren't happy. I don't know what man expect from this club, innit? Do you know what I mean? If you know your missus can't cook jollof, you can't be upset when do you know what I mean? The jollof ain't at home when you get ready, bro. If it's bangers and mash, you need to be accepting of the fact that this is what it is. But you should have known this before you got into this fact. You know what I mean? Don't like it, as some fans have told us, G. There's a couple teams down south. Do you know what I mean? A couple
support your local. You know what I'm saying? Support your local.
Exactly. Go support your local teams. It is what it is, man. But we've got Endsman in the building. Big up to Ends. And make sure we head in over there and subscribe. We've got Psychedelic in the building as well. Big up to Psychedelic. We've got Pondelf as well saying Naugelsmann in. Neil Haight saying I would take Ward-Prowse as a leader. Also, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into it. We got Eldest, big up to Eldest saying, what is wrong with this rumours about our midfielder target? Nunes, Mount, Ward-Prowse, Rabiot, all average players. What kind of club do you think this is?
I can't remember who it is, but I see G commented on the tweet earlier and had a list of like our potential midfield for next season. Even with signings, because it's mad, isn't it? You think 2-3 players come in that's going to rejuvenate the whole thing. I'm seeing the whole list coming in, and it even had like Bellingham, Nunes. I think Mount was in it as well. Bro, for me this summer, it's more important that we get rid of some of the shit in our club than getting new players in. So we can sign 3 new midfielders, but if I'm still seeing Curtis Jones, Fabinho, Armband Man still high up on the list for next season as like starters or in and around the squad, it's going to be a bumpy ride. It's going to be a very bumpy ride. So we need 4 or 5, not 2, 3. We need 4 or 5 midfielders, not 2, 3. I'll repeat that again.
I've just come to the conclusion that next year is just going to be just a bit better than this year, but still not good enough to our standards. I've actually come to accept it, and that's the sad reality.
What are your standards, Romz? What are your standards?
For next year?
Yeah, what are your standards? Because this is what I'm saying. Another one that's just talking. I beat it.
My standards, because I know what's going to happen. My standards are Europa League spots, 5th and 6th. I'm not looking at
that midfield is calm then for the Europa League.
I hear it.
Obviously, I want more.
You got a Champions League. You got a Champions League winner in Mount. You got the best midfield in the world in Bellingham, right? Coming in. You have the Thiago Alcantara. You've got a leader in Henderson. What for the Europa League? That's not good enough.
I hear it.
I want more. That's
exactly.
I want more.
But this is what I'm telling people. I've just deeped it. This is what we are. Like, why are we good? This is interesting now. Bruv, on Football Manager, when you get your budget, you're not looking at copying Bellinghams and that. You're having to look at. Look at I mean, looking at budget.
Ward-Prowse is in our bracket.
He come up in the shortlist, but you're like, okay, yeah, let me grab him just on the cheap.
Yeah, exactly.
30 mil. Yeah, cool. Boom. That's crazy, man.
Big up Neil Haight saying, big up the lads of truth. I like that. Big up.
I like that name, I like that name.
Aman Singh saying, Tuchel gone Bayern G, running out of options. Man, shout out to NSG, innit? None of mine was an option.
I mean, it wasn't my option, but I hear it. You're right.
I had him still. I was feeling too.
This is Ish and Ram's guy. Ish and Ram.
No, but he's a good manager, though. Don't get twisted.
Sorry, I thought this was JWC, not Tuchel. This is Ram's guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not with the Nagelsmann thing. I'm not really with the Nagelsmann.
Yeah, I'm not really.
Nagelsmann or Klopp, we might as well just stick with what we.
You know what?
That's what happens when you got a type in it. You just keep going into cycles, and that's what
exactly.
Ram wants. At this point in time, Ram just wants the same. He wants that same dose, but you know that hit is never going to hit the same. That journey.
Ram's coming like the guy who's like the girl who's obviously always complaining. Why am I always meeting these kind of guys? But these times you're just attracting these drug dealers and these gangbangers.
He thinks he can do better, but it's like crack. You know, when you first hit, it's never going to hit the same after that, bro. I'm telling you, stay away from drugs, people, because that first hit
stay away.
Hit the same after that, and you're going to be chasing that for the rest of your life. And I know right now, it's always going to be a German. It's always going to be a German with Ram. So. It's mad. It's so mad. I've actually had to put his contract in German, bro. He didn't want to accept it. I had to be in German, which is mad. It's crazy. We got Kay in the building saying big up to Kay.
Big up, Kay,
We got Anfield Road End saying let's hope there's no more hiccups this season. Rah. So listen, I'm gonna tell you, man, because you man don't even know, right? So towards the end of this afternoon stream, I had a mad attack of hiccups, and I had to end the stream.
Oh,
I couldn't hold my breath or do anything. I couldn't come off camera, so I'm just like, So I was just hiccuping. So if that gets clipped up, it's peak. But big up to Anfield. I knew the grilling's coming. We got PL Ryan saying, I really don't mind if James Ward-Prowse comes in as an option, but if he comes in as a first 11 player, we'll have to wait and see. Man. We've got Abdus Chowdhury in the building. We got Mac LFC saying, hang on, Jerry. So who are you wanting in the club? We'll get into it. I'll let you guys know, man. We got M Tarmizi in the building saying, back again in the building. Big up, fam. Like the stream, everyone. Yeah, big up. Make sure we're liking the stream. Rabio, Madison, Jude, I'll take it. Yeah, man. So let's get into it, though, man. James Ward-Prowse. What, best free kick taker in the world? Is that in agreement?
he's definitely up there, boy. I can't even dismiss that one. He's definitely up there still.
Yeah.
Game winner?
From set pieces, yeah. I ain't seen not from open play. He's not going to pick the ball up and ras it from 30 yards from open play.
That's the key word from.
If you get a free kick, at injury time,
because we.
I mean, how many of those do you get in a season? Maybe like 3.
They're title-defining moments.
I hear it.
And how many times?
Look at Company's goal. Imagine that's Ward-Prowse standing over a free kick.
Yeah. And
you
also,
know,
how many Liverpool games have we
Romz
seen where it's just dire and it's just looking like a plain old 0-0, or maybe we're even trading and it's actually going to peter out. And let's say we get a free kick in a nice position, he can salvage something. That I'll give him. I'm not a fan of him personally, but that is what he will give to us. Other than that, I don't think he's any different to Hendo. I know this is your boy, but I don't think
that's crazy. He's better than Henderson. For me, he's technically far superior to the Henderson. Far superior.
Is he though? Is he though?
No, he is.
Yeah.
No,
but Ward-Prowse is playing that first time pass or cross, that reverse cross. He's gonna get some nice whippage.
No,
I hear it. No, I hear it.
This is my point, though. This is my question to you, JJ and Ish. That cool. You're saying technically he is, but it depends how you measure that.
That's what I was wondering.
The striker of the ball, yes. But bringing it down and all that, actually.
See, when I say technical, I don't mean like skills. I don't mean like skills and that. I mean like retaining the ball and not giving it to the opposition. Like, can you get?
Hold on. When you look at Ward-Prowse and Henderson, do you not think Ward-Prowse is a better footballer
than Hendo?
That's what I'm saying.
In certain aspects, yeah, but not in all aspects. No.
How often do you on a level? How often do you see Hendo receive a ball that's fizzed in and he's struggling to control it? I'm not even.
True. Hendo can dictate the tempo of a game. I don't see Ward-Prowse doing that.
You know what? It's funny you guys say that.
I might need to watch
this information, but I've looked at the stats, just glimpse. Yeah, it's scary, bro. It's scary. But anyway,
I think you like. I like Hendo. Let me just say this. I like Hendo as a person, but I think technically he's not a Premier League footballer. I honestly believe technically he's not a Premier League footballer. Even yesterday in the England game, you see him going to take a free kick. Madison was just like, "Move, bro. What are you doing?" He was told to.
Yeah, but you're Madison. Obviously, like I would expect Madison to overtake that.
See where Kane got mad. And this is what I say to man. GA can sometimes be void. He got an assist yesterday, but Saka did the work. But it's gonna go down.
That's not even an assist. Yeah,
exactly, bro.
It's mad.
What happened was he kept doing that ball, and I remember I was watching with my brethren. And he was like to me, "Bro, Hendo's shit, bro. Why do you keep doing that ball?" I said, "You only realising now? Do you watch Liverpool? We see this 5 times a game and there was a bit where Harry Kane kind of put his hands up, like, bro, what are you doing, bro? You're just putting it in. I wasn't even there. Like, we were just putting it.
He must think we're at Liverpool, bro. Like, in England, they don't want to play that stupid ball into the fixture.
I rate you, man. Though you man watched England.
I did.
No, I didn't actually watch the game.
I don't know what you man are talking about, bro. I don't even know what the scores have been. I don't know why man are talking about that Saka now. I'm hearing Saka's world class for no reason.
That's a whole different conversation.
You need to miss me with that one. You need to miss me with that one.
That's crazy still.
Man has not played a single minute of UCL football in his career, and we're talking about world class.
You just quickly on that.
We're calling him world class.
But that rebuttal, they then say
that again?
He hasn't played on the world stage, but we're calling him world class.
Yeah.
But no. But JJ, the Arsenal fans, I know the bants will run, but they're saying, oh, but he's done it in the World Cup. Technically, he didn't against Fodder, bro. When he come up against France, cool, he won a penalty, but he didn't do much that game. That he's not done it.
Let's be honest though, like what's a better metric of the highest level though? Champions League or World Cup, where you've got your Saudi Arabias. I know they beat Argentina, but what's an actual metric?
It'll be, you know what it is? It'll be the Champions League.
Does England even face one? And the minute they face them,
the minute they face them, fucking lost. But you see the thing with like world class here. I always think you can't be classed as a world class player off of one season. I find that always weird. Like in the season, we're always saying this player is world class. So by that kind of notion, boy, we got to be talking about like Kevin Phillips from Sunderland when he had that season, Michu for Swansea when he had that season. Like there's going to be a bag of man.
World class level. You could be at a world class level, but to be world class, you need at least 2 seasons to back
and that's what I'm saying. Like, if he does this next season, yo, Saka, like you're already at that talent level, man has to say. But when you're telling man, when people are trying to say, yeah, but last season, I'm like, brother, no one in the world was talking about Saka last season as a world class player. That's a myth.
It's him and Rashford are putting it. They're having world class form. They're having a world class running, but not actually world class playing yet. Not to say they can't reach that, but they're not there yet for me. It's a bit too premature for all that talk just yet. But if them two both carry on, if they do this 2-3 years in a row, because we know world class is about consistency. You need, and it's about, there's so many things that go into it: numbers, consistency, club, country, so many things. But I don't like this top 5 in your own position
5 years
because Saka is probably the best right forward right now, maybe in the top 2, but there's hardly any right forwards. You see what I mean?
Exactly.
You see where the forwards kind of...
Yeah, exactly. Who you compared it to? Because when I look at his numbers, I'm like, rah. So this is the numbers of the world-class player. That's crazy. Because when I'm seeing number 11 that everyone gets on, I'm like, rah. If that's the numbers that the player who we're saying is world-class, what's that number? Because that number looks crazy in comparison to that number. But like Romz just said, it's not even just about the stats. It's not about, it's bare different things come into it. So it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, facts, man.
But yeah, Ward-Prowse is shit. Don't get twisted though.
But look, I'm gonna get the stats up. I think it'll be interesting to just quickly analyze, man, and chat about this before we move on to some of the other topics.
I've got to tell you, after this thing, I've got to tell you something quickly. My brethren got onto me because he's like, wait, you don't want JWP, but you want Dewsbury Hall. Now I'll ask you three, like, who would you prefer?
Nah, I'm taking JWP. I think Dewsbury Hall is dead.
Right. Can you guys see this? Yeah.
All right, you got all. Can you do that? Can you get more than one up?
Yeah. Of course.
Hey, don't say it like that. How do you get more than one? I've been trying to do that for a minute.
All right, cool. Well, as you can see, we've got James Ward-Prowse on the left, and we've decided to compare him with Bellingham, Mount, Jordan Henderson, and Thiago Alcantara because he'll probably be playing in that position. We don't see him playing as a DM, right? So let's get into it. Yeah. So off the rip already, in terms of availability, he's played the most. Yeah. He's played the most games. He's played the most minutes, right?
Bro, look at Thiago.
Thiago's stats look like an academy player.
To be honest, he just looked like a player who doesn't even play. He actually doesn't play.
Well, if this was school times, they'll be calling his parents in about his attendance. Man said 14 games, 14 games. Man played 28. A guy's played double the amount of games as you, bro.
Why is your son never present?
You don't like that. Where is he? Why is he always at home?
I hurt my hip. I hurt my calf. I hurt my hamstring. Allow it, man.
But what we're seeing here, though, is already in the Premier League, he's played every single game. In terms of availability, and we talk about that at Liverpool, midfielders not being available. Who was probably our most pivotal midfielder in terms of availability? It was Genie. He was always ever present, never missed a game. James Ward-Prowse has got that stat. We're looking at minutes played. Obviously, trumps everyone by minutes played. Like, obviously, Bellingham's close up there in terms of minutes played, but he trumps everyone. We look at ball recoveries, people. 166. Jude's up there, close, 5 less. Mount with less ball recoveries. Jordan Henderson with 108 and Thiago with 104. For me,
how many games has Jordan Henderson played?
23.
And Thiago's only got 4 less than him. That's crazy.
Yes, man. When you talk about Thiago being our best defensive midfielder, you probably have a point there. We're looking at goals now, yeah? And he's got 7 goals, obviously trumping everyone. Now, imagine Liverpool had 7 more goals this season. That could be 2 more wins,
Facts.
3 wins and a draw, whatever it is. It could be. Obviously, if buts and maybes. What's quite interesting, though, is I thought a lot of these goals would be from outside the box. Now, he's only scored, he's scored 3 free kicks this season. He's actually scored 4 goals inside the box, which means that he's actually got that nous of, do you know what I mean? We talk about Mason Mount being Lampard reincarnated and talk about Jude Bellingham being this goal-scoring midfielder.
Hey, there's a good question, though, from Eunice. Are they not penalties, though?
That's what I was going to say, yeah. How many of them are how many of them are open play? Because
I fully don't know. But I know he must be the penalty taker.
Yeah, he must be.
He bagged the pen in the last game. Was it Chelsea?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, but I've seen him miss a penalty, though. I've seen him miss one and then scored a rebound.
It might be.
Anything I look for is the celebration when he's playing golf. That's
kind of cold still. The celebration.
Why does he do that? They don't actually know. Why does he do that?
I don't know. Still, it just
he
looks
really
cold.
loves golf, innit? He really just loves golf.
Yeah,
you see what
Gareth Bale
England ballers. Yeah.
What we're seeing here, though, you actually have a massive point. Big up to Eunice. That actually might be pens. Passes completed, though. Again, trumping everyone in terms of the amounts of passes he's being completed. Obviously, he's their main man in midfield, so everything's going through him as well. But we compare that to even Henderson's, who gets a lot of the ball, Bellingham, who gets a lot of the ball, and he plays for Dortmund. He's trumping them as well. We look at pass accuracy, and bar Thiago, who's actually got a higher pass accuracy, than James Ward-Prowse. He's got the second highest, most pass accuracy and passes completed.
There's not even much difference. There's literally a difference of what 2.
Yeah, you know,
2%. Yeah, 0.2%.
What I'm shocked about, though, is obviously you looked at the goals. Yeah, so James Ward-Prowse has got 7 goals. How many goals has Bellingham got?
It's there, bro. 4.
4.
Bruh.
So obviously, let's take away 3, I guess, because 3 of James Ward-Prowse's goals would have been free kicks, yeah, for example. Then he's got 4 as well. I'm quite surprised that Bellingham's only got 4 goals. Like, I feel like people made out, to me anyway, I assumed the way people spoke about it, he was the goal-scoring midfielder that was coming into the squad. So I'm not saying he needs to be, well, I was about to say I'm not saying he needs to be on double figures, but a bit closer to double figures than that.
You know,
but let's see what gone. I don't know.
More time he plays in a double pivot, though, isn't it?
No, but
I thought he played a bit.
No, he doesn't though.
I'm saying Chan plays deeper than him. Emre Chan plays.
He does. Yeah, Chan.
Is it a 4-1? Is it like a 4-1? He's like one of the 8s, though, isn't it?
He's the more advanced.
He has more than 4 goals.
I thought he played in the 10.
No. Sometimes he actually played in the 10. When Marco Reus was out, he was playing in the 10. When Marco Reus was out, he was playing in the 10.
4 and 24.
And they were playing. Who was that? Wits.
But Mount's got 1 less than him.
This season, it was
come on, Money Mace. You know
it was the Hood that's played there. Do you know what I mean? It's been the Hood and someone else that's played there, so it hasn't always been a Bellingham playing in the air.
No, gagging deep, yeah, I hear what you're saying about double pivot. What I'm trying to say is that the way that we speak about Bellingham, remember, we're looking to spend over 100 M's. I need to be seeing 100 M's type of stats up here, you know? So I'm going to scrutinize all of them.
I
need to see double.
People need to do this. This guy is going to be our record ever transfer. Like, people need.
Probably going to be the most expensive British player if it goes. Yeah, how much? Yeah, Jack Grealish is on 100. He'll be more than 100, I swear.
Yeah.
So he'll be the most expensive.
120, 130, round that.
Come on, bro. I need to see 120, 130 money. So when I'm seeing 4 goals, I'm like, rare. And that's in a team that's more expressive than Liverpool. Liverpool aren't even as expressive in midfield area as that. So again, I'm not saying 4 goals ain't dead. For Hendo or James Ward-Prowse, that'd be sick. But for Jude Bellingham, yo,
and yeah, for Gagany, he doesn't play in the double pivot. If you go and look at where Bellingham plays and you look at the heat maps, which I've done, he's always he passes the ball and he's the one that gets into the box the most out of any midfielder. Out of any midfielder for them, he's the one that actually gets into the box. He doesn't dictate. He does that for England. He doesn't do that for Dortmund. Hence why, big up to PL Ryan. He's actually got 8 goals in the Champions League and Bundesliga, but he's played in the Champions League because he's got 4 goals in the Champions League. So he's actually performed better in the Champions League in terms of goals.
It's still, so you're still even under the double. Like, I'm still not even, I need to be seeing your double in Saturn. Yeah, I can't even lie.
I agree. We move on here, and obviously one thing that Bellingham's got on everyone is the successful long pass, and that's obviously 6 more than Thiago. So that's a massive, obviously, plus. Thing is, though, a long pass, you do give away the ball a lot. And if Liverpool are going to be playing this game where the teams are playing a low block, you're not going to be playing that long pass that often. Do you know what I mean? So if you compare that to, for example, Henderson there, in terms of long pass, he's played 54. It's about 56 for James Ward-Prowse, and I see them doing a similar type of role in terms of trying to keep the ball and trying to dictate tempo. So for me, like, I can't. That metric's there. We're looking obviously at successful crosses and corners, and this one's just, he just trumps everyone. This is done. 57, 5 for Bellingham, 15 for Mount, 5 for Henderson, and 0 for Thiago.
Bellingham has the same as Hendo. That's a bit mad.
Yeah.
This is the guy we're signing. He's got the same as the guy we diss in Hendo.
That first time cross. So it will be interesting. It will be interesting to go and see. What's really kind of like was shocking for me when I looked, and this one actually hurt me, right? In terms of passes completed in the opposition half and forward passes, he ranks higher than everyone in this list. More than Bellingham, more than Mount, more than Henderson, more than Thiago. He's got like 5. He's got 400, almost 460 passes.
Well.
You know what? And JJ, do you know why that's astonishing? Yeah, because on paper, he's with the worst players. On paper, the other 4 players are at better clubs. So the fact he's completing these passes to less players with less ability, that speaks volume. You know what? Yeah, Ish and JJ, I need to maybe watch him a bit more. You know,
I don't
know how man are watching someone like Ward-Prowse and saying, "Nah, you ain't got ability." You can see, look, to hit a free kick like that, you have to have ability. You have to have ability.
No.
Maybe I need to watch him a bit more.
And what did we always say as well, though, Romz? Like, I would swap 10% technical ability for availability.
True.
Man plays he's played every game this. I'm pretty sure he doesn't get subbed either. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be surprised if he's played every minute.
He's their captain, no?
Yeah, he's
captain.
Yeah, but but are you like? But then you also got to take into, I guess, like it's like with any player, like man's then got to try to translate that into a team like Liverpool, because Liverpool don't play like Southampton, so we're not going to play in that same. So some of these metrics I'm looking at, obviously, some you can be like, yeah, translate that into thing. But some of these I'm looking at and I'm thinking, yeah, but you're not going to be doing that at Liverpool. Like, you're not going to have them same numbers, or you're not going to have this, or you're not going to have that, because you don't play the same way. So some of them, not all of them, some of the metrics, yes, you can just translate it.
Like, it's facts, right? It's facts. But then the same thing can be applied to Bellingham.
No, I'm talking about everyone. Yeah, I'm talking about everyone on the Liverpool.
That's what I'm saying. That's the difficulty, is that we're looking at a Bellingham and people are going to tell us, oh, but he scored 8 goals and 4 goals in the Champions League, and look at how well he plays. And it's like, but yeah, how does that translate into what Liverpool are actually trying to go and do? And exactly, and you're looking at him, and I know there's a lot of there's a massive narrative, and big up to Ends about pundits obviously saying that he's this good and he hasn't got like this and he hasn't got legs and stuff. When you watch him play, he actually gets on the ball a lot in different positions. Like, he gets into the box, he gets onto the edge of the box. He's there for corners. He comes deep to Ward-Prowse comes deep to come and collect the ball. There's so many ways.
But this is what I'm saying
as well. Just quickly, that man played 4-4-2 as well. Man's playing in a 2-man midfield most of the time next to just one other guy. He's got legs to get about as well. And I feel like we might not rate him for us, or like if we're Pep and the City, but for Klopp and for what we know Liverpool like to do in midfield. If you look at when we were at our best, we never had ballers in the middle of the park. We just had a man who get the ball from A to B, reliable. And he's adding the set piece little thing as well. If Southampton get relegated and we get it for 20 M's, I'm happy with that signing, bro.
Big up to Mac LFC. This is my point. He is their talisman. He's not going to be a talisman at Liverpool. So again, there's going to be zero onus on him to do any of that stuff, because he's going to be in a team that does it in a way that there isn't really one guy who we're looking to do this, i.e., he's not going to be the brother that we're looking to, pick up the ball and do that X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah. He's just going to be part of a midfield that's there for the industry side of things. So that's why I'm looking. I'm not saying he's a dead ball. Of course, he's not dead. You know what I'm saying? He's a good player in that kind of sense. And maybe as a squad player, but then your first team player better be someone of the level of like Jude or higher kind of thing, like everyone in that position. Because the reality is, you're bringing on a guy who big fish in a small pond. Come to the big boys now. Are you doing the same things? Am I going to see the same kind of? Do you get what I'm trying to say? That's my issue. That's why now
Liverpool got a decent record of signing.
Do you know what as well? With the profile Trent has at our club, I'm just gonna throw this question out to you lot, and even the chat. Would you be that surprised? Because this is a dumb thing we'll do. We'll sign JWP and Trent will still be on set pieces. Can you not honestly see that happening?
Yes,
because I can.
I think if Ward-Prowse signs, he is on all set pieces. But you can't argue with the stats and how accurate he is.
You can't. And I think what it will be, even if Trent is on one side, they'll have Ward-Prowse doing the other side, and I think they'll put Trent maybe on the edge of the box to go and rush a shot if it comes out or something, because I think he might be better in terms of stats. I'm not sure, but in terms of just from outside the box. But for me, even having a Ward-Prowse, right, it opens up the gate for what Klopp wants to do currently, because if Trent's not playing, we struggle to create because there's no one that can get inside that right-hand channel pocket and play those crosses and play those passes. What happens is if that Ward-Prowse is there, all that happens is that if a Trent can't play and a Ward-Prowse is in the team, he goes into that right-hand side. You play whoever that we were to go and get replaced as a replacement. It can even be Gomez, right? Just for argument's sake. You play whoever that plays right back and maybe isn't as adventurous going forward. It means that defensively you're a bit more solid, but you still have an option there from someone in midfield who can get in that pocket, that De Bruyne-esque pocket, and find those crosses and those passes. It means that you're not moving too far away from what Klopp's trying to do.
Yeah. And JJ, he'll also be further up the field, closer to goal. So that would mean the probability of scoring would be slightly higher, because Trent normally crosses from deep, as we know. If the same half space you're kind of on about, JWP operates in there and Trent's not there, we're closer to the goal as well.
Yeah. So for me, I don't know. I'm looking at Ward-Prowse, and especially if Southampton were to get relegated, I think that's a signing that you try to pick up as quickly as possible.
Cool. If they don't, this is for you and Ish, this question. If they don't get relegated, how much are you willing to spend on him? Like, where do you draw the line?
In this market, like it will be
anything more than 40.
I'd say Liverpool spend about 30 million on him, max.
Fair.
Max. Because for me, I think you go and look at a player like that. I think he solves the whole homegrown quota as well. He's got.
How old is he? This is a key question. I'm not
28. That's the only thing.
28.
Why? I thought he was younger still.
That makes sense, Guido. He was playing under 21 Euro time ago. So
but what I don't get though is why are people like I don't get how someone that's 28 is a madness. Like,
no. 28 is not a madness if you're under a different manager. When you're under Jurgen Klopp, 28 is a mad leap.
Yeah, but he hasn't. But remember, for me as an athlete, he's at his peak at 28. Between the
bro, how many men have been at their peak and come here and not?
But what I'm saying, he hasn't been under Klopp and going through this running rigorous nonsense. It's not the same. It's not like you're not looking at someone that's injury prone. Like, you've been burnt out now by Klopp, but you've been playing since you were 26. Or you're getting like a Thiago that's injury prone and you're asking him to do that running. He's someone that's proven he can have the legs and he can go and make it work. We signed Milner at what age? 30? Milner was doing madness for us at 32, 33, 34. But
bro, you're talking about like an anomaly though. Milner's literally an anomaly to that whole discussion.
But guess what? The anomaly was also that he was purchased older, but he was someone that was always available and done the running and didn't play under Klopp and wasn't forced to go and do all of this mad running under Klopp for me. So when I'm looking at age, for me, I can't believe, like, if we're not, Liverpool aren't going to win anything if our midfield is comprised of like 21 and 22 year olds.
Facts.
Like it's just not. I don't see it. Like, even if Arsenal managed to go and do something today, right? Look at their midfield. Yeah, they've got young players dotted around. In the midfield, you're talking Partey, Xhaka, and Ødegaard. Ødegaard's the anomaly. You have Xhaka, who's
even him. Ødegaard's been playing for like 8 years,
and you got Partey, who's at 28 as well.
I'm not. The thing is, I'm not saying like go out and get these like mad young, because of course you need like your 25, 26, like those kind of players. I guess you need regardless. What I'm saying is that the way I just look at it is, if we're looking at those type of age profile kind of players, how long are you trying to maximize that kind of potential or whatever that we have in that team? So, i.e., James Ward-Prowse will pick up injuries guaranteed at Liverpool if and when he comes to this football club. That's just going to happen. So he's 28 now, probably going to be 29. I don't know when he's, but let's say he's 29 this year, for example. If he's 29 this year, I'm saying what, you're going to get good 3 years out of him. So we just sign a player for 2-3 years, and then we kind of, unless we can do that, keep chopping and changing, that's calm. But if you're not a club who notoriously do that, that's where the issue. That's my thinking with some of these players, is that there's so many different contexts. We know what Klopp's like. We know what the owners are like. We know what Liverpool are like. We keep players for like 10 years, even though they're past their sell-by date. So if we're doing that, fair enough. But if we're not, and we're trying to chop and change it, then yeah, you can get a Bellingham in and get all of these Bellingham, James Ward-Prowse. You can get these kind of guys in, because you can just keep shifting them out. For 2-3 years, boom, you done your job. Let's move on to the next guy. Boom, you done your job. Let's move on to the next guy, until those guys who are 21, 19, then they become the players obviously in the team. But I just don't see us really doing that. Look how long we've kept Milner for. Jordan Henderson's still a pivotal part. Like, we seem to keep these players in these teams for so long, and they're not becoming really that much use to us anymore. That's my issue. But that's just more a Liverpool issue, not really a James Ward-Prowse issue.
That's on Klopp though, isn't it? Like,
yeah, 100%. That's not James Ward-Prowse's fault at all. Yeah, 100%.
Because if you deep it as well, like, we have moved players on quickly, like your Shakiris or Minaminos, but it's the wrong ones that we're holding on to. So Klopp's shown that he can be ruthless, but he's just not doing it with the right guys. Like, he can have players in for a couple of years. Shaqiri, again, I'll use as an example, helped us in that 4-0 against Barcelona, done his thing. All right, cool. 2 years later, thank you very much. See you later. If we can do that with Ward-Prowse, he can come in for 2-3 years, help us, and we sign him for 15 to 20 M's. That's a good signing for me.
Give me 15 M's. 15 M's, and man ain't crying about it. I won't speak.
For me, it depends. If Southampton get relegated, I'm all in for him. But if they're staying up, they're gonna want silly money. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree. Get into some of the comments as well before we get.
Yo, Mason Mount's ground jewel success is jokes, but not even that. His aerial jewels. But then again, he's kind of a short guy though. So I feel like
no, exactly. But I'm looking. Go on.
No, I was just saying to G, leave him alone. Leave him out alone. he will come in and he'll be what we want Bellingham to be. He'll be the Messiah. No, I'm joking, but he'll do his thing. He'll do his thing.
Anyhow, we signed Ward-Prowse, Bellingham, and Mount in the same summer. Yo,
I can see it. I can see it. That's the maddest thing.
That is the most England team that you've heard of.
No seasoning, no nothing. That's
just a reformed Brexit, bro. Literally,
but maybe that's what you need. You just need a reform, bro. Sometimes you just need to change the thing. You just need a reform.
Give me some flavor. Give me some.
No, but the thing is, but if this is what I keep going back to, your manager don't work well with flavor. Your manager.
I'm saying for me. I know Klopp likes his egg and beans and all of that, but for me, give me something I can at least. You see, we had Genie. Genie was on the Brexit thing, but he also had sauce as well. I need someone at least to help you mix it up.
Who had
Genie?
Genie had a bit of sauce. Genie had a bit of sauce.
Yeah.
Even though he was in the Brexit midfield.
But that would be Bellingham, isn't it? That's what some people say. That he's
in my mind, I'm blatantly thinking that Bellingham will be the guy who Brexit.
He ain't got sauce like that, in my opinion. Bellingham's not got sauce like that, in my opinion. He's good. He's a good footballer, but I don't think he's not saucy.
I'm going to shake the world, yeah. I think Rice and him are the same profile of player, and I think Rice is 10 times better.
I wouldn't say 10 times, but I do think Rice is more acclimatized to play in this Premier League than Jude Bellingham does.
I think Rice better. I think he dictates the game better.
You know what's scary? You know what's scary? JJ has a point here, because Rice is performing like this into a West Ham. So imagine when he goes to an Arsenal or a Chelsea, bro. The level he's gonna go up. It's gonna be crazy. I don't know about. I think him and Bellingham are probably about this. I don't think one's better than the other, to be fair. But
yeah, I don't think
one is Prem, and that's where Rice has an advantage.
Rice is 4 years older, though, isn't it? He's 4 years older. He's 24. He might be 5 years older than him. I don't
Rice
think
is
it's
my
really
school year.
clear.
Rice is
I don't think
how
it's clear
I
with
think he's
Bellingham.
24. He's my school year still. I
Yeah,
think
he's not clear. He's
24.
not, for me, in my opinion, he's not clear with Bellingham. I like Rice, but I think he's overrated. I do think he's a little bit overrated. I think
I hear
when
it.
I see what he does on the ball, there are 50 to 100 DMs in Europe that do what Rice does. The only thing you can say is that he's done it in the Prem proven. But for me, when I see him actually play, I don't see anything that special. Again, he's one like Ward-Prowse where he's available all the time and he's consistent, but I don't see anything in his game. I'm like, oof, like you're
think
30 DM.
once he gets that move, you will then see it. Because I hear what you're saying to an extent, but I think once you see him around better players around him and he elevates his game to another level, I do rate Rice. For me, I don't think he's overrated or underrated. I just think he's just rated. Like he's rated how he should be, in my opinion.
Fair question as
I
well.
reckon if he goes Arsenal, I think that'll be a good move for him still.
Yeah.
Yeah. A question to the chat as well. Yeah. A question to the chat. Dele Alli, then. Yeah. We'll speak about off air, and I need the chat to chime in as well. What are we saying about Dele Alli? Because for me, Dele Alli at Bellingham's age was 10 times better than him now, and I'm not having a bar. I'm not having a bar of it.
Facts. He was a Lampard Gerrard regen, bro. Lampard, he had Gerrard's bite, and he had the Lampard's ability to ghost into the box and get goals, bro.
But he was more saucy than him. He was more saucy than both.
We tried to sign him. I don't know if you don't know the story. Gerrard turned up like 10, 20 minutes late. Then Ali felt like the club weren't serious, but we tried to sign him, bro. He was batting it up from MK Dons at 17, 18, bro. I agree with JJ. I don't
know. He was batting it up. He went to obviously the Tottenham, made the move in the Premier League. Obviously, the light was shining on him, and what he was doing at that age for me, like that was crazy to me. It was crazy. Like for me, when I looked at that, I was like, oh, so that's what Liverpool could have got, and you fumbled the bag. For me, like I don't see anything in. I don't see him. Look, £100+ million players. Is he going to go and score a screamer? Is he going to dictate play to the level of a Javi? Is he going to be a DM like a Kante? What is he going to do? Is he just an all-rounder? Like, I don't even see him winning games the way Gerrard was winning games.
This is what I'm saying. This is what when people
even yesterday, Gerrard was like, you're ahead of me at my level, at my age. I was like, you're capping. Gerrard at 21, Gerrard at 19, 20. I'm sorry, I was seeing him do madness.
He was being modest,
absolute madness.
You know, I think Bellingham is like he's a jack of all trades, master of none. He's not going to excel in a certain area. Do you know what I mean? He's just going to do everything to a good level. Do you know what I mean? And even yesterday when Gerrard's saying that, he has to, bro. He's doing the most to sign him. Like, he's trying to get him on board. But
like, just don't lie, though, innit? Like we were there for the beginning of the career.
Nah, but you know he's got to say a little something, otherwise it just sounds a bit crazy. But Jerry's right, man. I think when people listen to all of this, they're gonna think, oh, you lot. When Bellingham comes, don't celebrate. It's like, no, because Bellingham's he's a good player. Do you know what I'm saying? So man will be like, yeah, he's a good player. Like, I wouldn't not want him to come to the team. The issue is, it's like everyone's saying, man, he's a jack of all. Like, someone tell me, what does he do that's so good that you're going to be like, that's 100 million? Because everyone keeps telling me it's because he's 19 and we've got him for 10 years. I beg you, name one player that we signed and kept it for 10 years other than Jordan Henderson. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not keeping players for this. This ain't 2010 anymore. We're not keeping man for these type of times where you're gonna say, yeah, Bellingham's gonna be in Liverpool. What, you think Liverpool are gonna be fucking battling with Real Madrid and all of these guys in 5-6 years time?
But this is another thing as well. One second. This is another thing as well. Sorry, excuse me. This one, Mac LFC, big up to yourself. Saying Jude's 19 captain of Dortmund. Come on, guys. No, he's not. It's Marco Reus. He just had the captain's armband.
I was holding that armband.
He's holding it. He's not doing what Rice did. Do you know what I mean? He's like, I'm playing every single. When Royce is available, Royce is the captain. That's it. Before that, it was Hummels when he was there, so he wasn't getting the armband at all. They were just in a sticky situation. For me, if we're comparing the two, I know people. I know talking about Dele Alli and stuff. I don't think there's any comparison. I think there's just one just far superior at that age.
Nice.
At 19. Dele Alli at 19. Hold on, at Dele Alli at 19, did he not? Is he not the one that scored that goal when he flicked it over man's head and volleyed it into the goal?
Jude wouldn't dare. Jude wouldn't even dare attempt that. There was another goal that epitomizes Dele Alli. It was either against Chelsea or United. Again, big game at their last season, White Hart Lane. Right, I think the season before we played them in Champions League, where it comes over his shoulder, he brings it down and just slots it. I don't know if you don't remember that goal. He was actually off the hook at that age.
So Ryan, Ryan. Sorry, Ryan. So please tell me what is Jude better at than Ali at that age? I'm not saying right now. I'm not saying what Jude can be. I'm not saying that. I'm not talking about potential. At 19 years old, 19, 20, however old, let me know what Bellingham's better than Jude at.
I get you. The thing is, Delhi's a different type of player to do, and this is
again everything. He was playing.
No. It's in terms of being. If you ask me between the two players, who's more a Klopp type player, it's 100%. It wouldn't be a Dele Alli. It has to be Jude Bellingham because he's way more industrial. He can get around the pitch a lot better than a Dele Alli. If you ask me to find out of the two who was probably technically better, who was better in front of goal, who was someone who probably could win you games, if I'm being honest, 100%, it's Dele Alli in my opinion. That between the two, but obviously, I don't think that Klopp is looking for that. You know what? It's just wait and see. Because I don't think Klopp's looking for a midfielder to win games because Bellingham isn't doing that.
Yeah,
he's definitely not winning games. 100%. I don't look at Bellingham and think, "Yo, you're gonna come in and." Jerry, you said it like you're not doing a Gerrard. Like he ain't doing none of that. I mean, he's coming in to just be another one of Klopp midfielders, but he's just 19 and he's just as good as all these other deadbeats that were clearly being linked to at this current moment in time. So he fits into
quick one as well. Last one, yeah. Before we move on to talk about Bellingham, yeah. I wanted to ask you guys. So you see Naby Keita. I know there were different ages when we signed them, right? But when we signed Naby Keita, yeah, and we signed Bellingham, who was better? Forget the age. When we signed Naby Keita, when you looked at both players,
when we signed Keita actually looked like a Gerrard.
I was gassed. I don't know about you.
The gap was mad.
I was like, bro, we're signing the second coming, bro.
I'm telling you now, if Bellingham was doing what Naby Keita did in the season when we signed him,
I hear it.
It'll be 200 M's.
Bellingham would be world class. He'd be the face of Adidas.
It'd be 200 M's. That 100 would turn to 200 so quick because Keita was actually combining all the stuff that Jude did in terms of being like combative in midfield. But he was scoring regularly scoring screamers as well.
You see him and Timo before
he was just dictating play very well. Very well.
Crazy.
Yeah,
it's 17 goals.
This is what I'm saying. Big up to Chris. That's it. Chris. I was gonna say Kev. My mind's gone blank. But yeah, this is what I'm saying. It's just like for me, this is what I'm saying. So even when we signed Keita, we thought we're getting this type of midfielder, and we didn't get that. So what the hell?
We waited a year to get it as well.
But what the hell?
Whole year to get it.
What the hell do you think you're going to get from Bellingham?
This is
decent Anfield picks of him celebrating with Hendo and that. What? I don't know. I don't see it.
Honestly, I am wondering. You lot are dumb. I am wondering.
The fans were immense today. Big up the court. I'm so.
You know, it's his attitude as well. The way he talks to like media and stuff. People probably love all of that, but again, like. I am wondering, like, people always say that we're hating, but bro, honestly, like, the guy is going to cost a lot of dough. Like, he's not coming in like even like an Enzo Fernandez, where I'm like, this brother can dictate play. He's a good passer of the ball. He can shield the back four or back three, whatever they play at Chelsea, pretty well, blah, blah, blah. Like, I just think, like, with Bellingham, you're coming in to just literally be another one of just a Klopp kind of midfielder where you're not really good at anything, but you can do bare things. Like you can run, you can dribble, obviously maybe a bit better.
Jack of all trades, bro. Yeah,
jack of all trades. And I'm just like, is that enough for you to say you're going to spend over 100 M's on that type of midfield? If you're spending 100 M's, I'm expecting a striker who's coming in to bag me minimum 25 goals in the Premier League, kind of thing, or a left back who's the best in their position, or a goalkeeper who's the best in their position, like something like that.
Jeez, it's 100 M's for Liverpool as well. Like if we were a Chelsea,
exactly.
Cool. But I know
we're breaking the bank. You know the ones.
Our budget's 2 to 250 in it. Let's be real.
Go on.
Our budget's 2 to 250 in it. Let's be real, yeah.
Cool.
To spend half of that on one player, like you said, G, I want you to be winning games. I want you to be scoring, assisting, everything, not just doing 7 out of 10s. Like,
I need 10 goals.
Ish and G, I love the way you don't put that. Do you know exactly when? I can't remember, I think it was you, G, that just said, and that's for Liverpool. No, Ish, that's 100 M's for Liverpool. Do you know what it is? The perfect analogy. You man will laugh. You know that brother that buys all the designer and that, but then you ask him, Rob, book the Uber. He's like, oh, like my online banking, I can't book the Uber and that. He buys all the
I'll buy you a drink inside.
Yeah, that, but he's got nothing left. That's like us. We're gonna blow a whole transfer kitty on this guy, and he's not really gonna. You know what? You can't say, in our opinion, he won't perform to what we think he should to warrant the money that we're gonna pay. Because of course, but this is to everyone watching, when we're giving this opinion, of course we want to be proven wrong. I'm never that guy to be right. I want to be proven right in spite of my club. I'm never that guy, but I just don't think he's going to cut the money we will be paying for this guy. I don't think he'll come in and give the impact he should do, but and that's what annoys me. We're going to spend, he's literally going to be our main target, and all focus is going to go to him. And other areas where we also need to strengthen, we might
I feel sorry for him as well. Like, Donny's like, you got to realize he's 19. And this ain't his fault, obviously. He's 19, and he's going to be coming into a team that's absolutely shite. And then he's trying to be the face of that rebuild. So the reality is that the onus on you to bang straight away. You remember, you're only 19, so we know what 19. Come on, like 19. I'm not expecting you. There's only one Mbappe or Messi, or even Ronaldo wasn't really doing it like that. It was only really Messi and Mbappe, two 19-year-olds that I can think of, where I'm like, yo, them man are so clear at that age that it's just ridiculous. But he's coming in, and we know he still needs to develop. He's not the finished article. He's going to get better in certain aspects. I know all of that. But the reality is, we're looking at a player that a team's going to spend, as Rom said, bro, we're spending 120, 30 M's. That's a lot of dough. Like, for me, if you just said Bun Nunes and had spent that P on like a banging striker, it would have made more sense. But the fact that you've done things in this roundabout way, now that Bellingham looks like he might be coming, if he does, yo, Bellingham, unfortunately, if he comes, he needs to be having some banging season next season, like super banging. Otherwise, man's going to be looking at you saying, yo, I need that money back, and I need it back in blood.
I don't even see the Gerrard comparison like that.
I need it back in blood, bro. Like, whatever it is, I don't care.
That said, he's just going to force Jude to have an unnecessary surgery. Like, yeah, it's going to put a steel plate in your leg,
bro. Whatever it is, bro, you can't get injured. 100%, you can't get injured. I don't even want to hear that you got injured next season. Like, I don't want to hear no niggles. I want to see you play FA Cup third round. I want to see you League Cup third round, playing every game, bro.
You know what? If G was manager, he'll do what Arteta did to Party. What, you're limping? Get back on that pitch.
Bro, get back on the pitch, bro. There's no time for you to be out. The only time I want you out of games is if I decide that we're playing against Bournemouth, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe you could just, sit on the bench. But then you're coming on 60th minute. Like, you're playing some part, bro. Yeah. It's a lot of people.
The thing is, why you're spot on, like, again, it's not his fault. He's young, but
yeah, of course.
Birmingham, Dortmund, Liverpool, bro. Like, it's not.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Not only he's gonna come in with a different pressure, being at one of the biggest clubs in the world, but he's also the face of the rebuild, bro. So. Yeah,
I mean, look, that's what he wants, isn't it? That's what he wants.
Yeah.
So you can't obviously.
And that's why I'm not getting onto him too tough, like in that kind of sense, though.
Big up to Ryan saying we have a future Gerrard incoming, can't wait. Then obviously saying, look, Gerrard and Jude yesterday, I had a tear in my eye. And look, speaking of Gerrard and Jude, man, let's just get that picture up, man. The grooming I spoke about earlier, but the grooming has started, and obviously culminated in this image, but we also have, some inside kind of footage from here. And this is just all a bit crazy.
Bro, when I saw this, I said, yo, what is Liverpool even on? Like, what are you
even the angle of the selfie? Even the angle of Jordan Henderson.
Man caught it just at the right point, just at the right point. Any lower, and that's the pubic region, like that. Like,
boy.
I remember I was scrolling through my phone. I think I sent it to the GC and I said, this is worrying now. I looked at that and I was worried. I said, bro, there needs to be a line somewhere.
Bro, we need to stop this, bro.
You know what? It's vice versa though, because I think, this image, it's vice versa. It's reciprocated, bro.
Yeah, it's true. It's actually true.
No, but at this point, it's like who's trying to back? It's like he's dating both Hendo and Trent. Like this one, they went on like a little date. He said, I'm going to wear black, you're going to wear white, yin and yang settings. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what's going on.
And if you don't get this guy, do you know how embarrassing it's going to be for the club, bro?
Not for me, for the club.
Bro, not for me. You don't like that. As in, I'm not involved. You got to
for me, for the club.
Yeah, no, of course. Bro, the club are going to be the laughing stock of, as in, Liverpool would have to, if you don't get Bellingham, you're going to have to do a madness and just sign a bag of other dope ballers that people just be like, all right, fuck it, yeah, can't. Because if you don't
get Bellingham, I want Pedri. I want Pedri, Musiala.
Yeah, real talk.
That's the only way you can kind of make this look a bit better.
I need Pedri, Gabby, I need the whole gang. Otherwise, it's just gonna look dumb.
Jay, that comment from Wino.
Huh?
Sorry, that comment from Wino. I want to bring that up because like this whole Gerrard Jude comparison, apart from them both being English and like fairly box to box midfielders, I don't really see that many.
No, I don't think he's a Gerrard.
The way Gerrard is picking the ball up and carrying it and rassing it in the top bins and that. Like Jude is good. Don't get me wrong. Jude is very good, but I don't see the Gerrard comparisons. I feel like it's a little bit forced.
Like Ish, a goal that epitomizes. Remember his one against United, I think in 03, where he's just dancing around the play. And I think he might have been a bit older, maybe 20 or 21. I can't see Jude doing that. Dance around two man and just smashing it. Barted was scrambling for the full word.
It's not even that. I think we got to look at Bellingham and think, is he the Gerrard type of, like we're saying, Gerrard region? Is Bellingham realistically going to pick up a game, Olympiacos? You need a goal like there's no man's business. AC Milan Champions League final, man, need a goal like there's no man's business. Like that's the type of thing. When I think of Gerrard, I don't even think about the skills. I'm like, anyone can get those kind of skills. That's all. Anyone can do that. It's can you pick up a game with a shit team and be able to? Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? Like be able to do your thing. And I'm just looking at Bellingham's got very good attributes, 100%. I'm not saying he's dead. I'm saying when we're saying the Gerrard comparison, let's not even do that, bro. Like Gerrard was a whole different type of kettle of fish.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. Speaking on Bellingham as well, hold on, I should move that comment as well. I was going to get
Jude Bellingham
in regards to Bellingham. So chat to us, Ish, about this, because I know you dropped this to us. I don't know if people can see this, but obviously it's the minutes in games played and started before of players before their 20th birthday. Chat to us about this, man.
It's spooky. It is spooky. When I saw this, I was like, nah. We need to actually have some conversations about like that word. We're bringing a guy who has played way more minutes than any of his other age mates. Way more minutes at 19. And although he's not had many injuries so far, like we just been joking about him being strapped up and that, we're essentially giving him to a manager who's renowned for running players into the ground. He's renowned for turning players that are available all the time into injury-prone players. He's renowned for signing injury-prone players, even though he knows his style of football is not good for that kind of player. So I'm looking at the list here, and you can say, all right, cool. A lot of greats on the list. You got Mane, Salah, Kane, Xavi, Messi, and that. But if you look towards the top of the list, it starts to get a bit more interesting. You got, all right. So from the players that I played that made over 100 appearances, you got, obviously take out Ronaldo from that because he's just a different, yeah. You got Hazard, Robin, Sterling, Ali, Rooney. They're the ones that are still playing at the moment. Neymar as well. You can argue for all of them, maybe bar Robin. By 30, you'd already seen the best out of them. Neymar looks like past his best already. Sterling, I would argue that Sterling's not going to have another peak again. I think we've kind of Sterling. Dele Alli, we just spoken about. Rooney. What age did he go back to Everton and then went to DC United? That was like 33, 34. It went late. He definitely won't play until like 37, 38, like a Modric. Yeah. Hazard, 31, washed. Like, bruv. And not only is he at the top of this list, he's clear. He's 1,000 minutes more than Neymar. Then the rest of the list, he's like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 more minutes than all these guys. Like, it's for me, it's worrying. For me, it's very worrying because, especially playing in the centre midfield as well, you can't really. You can adapt your game, yeah, but you're in the engine room. No matter what, you're doing more running on the pitch.
Bro, at Liverpool, there's no adapting, bro. Yeah. I don't know any midfielder that's adapted their game at Liverpool.
Facts. Man has been played nearly 200 games already at 19. That's spooky, bro. That is spooky.
When did he turn 20?
I don't even know.
Must be this year.
He probably hit that 200.
I'll check it now.
But that means he must be. If it's not within the next like in this season, he'll probably hit that 200 before he gets to think. That's crazy.
Bro, look at Beckham. Beckham 5 appearances, post goals.
June
19.
29.
So he's gonna hit that 200. He's only got 9 games to go.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
200 games before 20. Like,
that's actually crazy.
And he would have started like
170 right of them. It's mad. Yeah,
yeah, literally. At least.
It's crazy. I'm looking there as well. And do what's scary as well is the fact that you're looking at some of these players, right? And
Right, Beckham in what, 5?
and
5?
wait,
Which
and look, Eden Hazard fell off a cliff. Raheem Sterling fell off a cliff.
Yeah, that's what I'm just saying. Yeah, 100%.
Wayne Rooney was never as good as he was as a kid, right? Although he was still top draw. Saka, we don't know. Kylian Mbappe, we don't know. Pedro, obviously, we don't know, although he's injured at the moment. And Neymar as well. Neymar, just injuries have curtailed.
Injuries all the time.
What he could have done, even though we know about his ability. You go down the list, yeah, and it becomes a bit scary.
It's funny, yeah. The names further down the list, when you look at them, so I'm looking from
Ronaldo,
Lewandowski, Benzema, Messi, Xavi to an extent, Salah, Lampard, Gerrard, Zlatan, Sadio. In fact, yeah, all of those names kind of further down, most of them continue to play further on in their careers.
Argue got better as well.
And exactly. So I'm looking at that and I'm looking at the ones above, and you're right. The ones who are like above, let's say Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, it's mad.
It's they're kind of
even my boy earlier was saying it. He was like, "Oh no, but look at the greats on the list." But I was like, "Just hang on, like look at it properly." Yeah, you can look at a Benzema and Lewandowski; they're on the list, but look at how many more appearances Bellingham's got than them. He's got 130 more appearances. They're on the same list, but he's clear.
You know what?
Yeah?
G makes a very good point. That if you look from Lewandowski and further up, the only 3 players you could say in that probably won't fall off the cliff you would probably say Saka, Mbappe, and Rashford, but the rest either aren't playing anymore.
That's what I'm saying.
It's kind of peaked a bit early.
That's actually mad. That's actually mad when you think of it. A lot of these players, peaked. Because it's you're coming to a team that want to be playing 60 games a season, and Klopp's going to play in 59 of them. Yeah,
right. This is what I'm just saying. Klopp
all 90s as well.
You know,
Klopp just cut, bro. Thank you for everything, but your time is now. Oh man.
Jurgen Klopp, you are a funny man.
So now obviously we've seen this data. We saw some data from obviously Mason Mount, a couple other players as well, Ward-Prowse as well. If you had to go and sign 3 midfielders, but they could only be British, then Ish and Romz, which midfielders are you signing?
Fucking hell, you really did limit the bar, right?
Me, not Liverpool, but what I would do.
What you would do. Yeah, in terms of midfielders to start, well, not even necessarily to start. You might want to start Henderson midfield, but 3 midfielders. We're signing 3 midfielders for the squad. Who do you think? Improves Liverpool? But they have to be British because we need to get the quota.
I'm getting Rice, Ward-Prowse, and Maddison. That's my 3 right there.
Bellingham, Mount, and Madders.
Rice.
Actually,
I don't rate none of these English.
Can I change that? Sorry, G.
No, you can't.
No, I'm still thinking.
It's done, bro.
No, please, just one player.
Oh, no, Eunice is putting a mad shot. Eunice is putting a brazy shot.
Because the bants will fly in, but Mount, Bellingham, and ESR. No.
ESR.
I know you're not a fan.
I haven't seen that brother play for so long. I don't even know if he's good.
I rate him highly, bro. And I know the bants will fly in.
Injuries, bro.
No, everyone Smith Rowe and Mason Mount are like, I think Mason Mount's better than him. So how on earth are you like?
Fact.
Injuries have done him, bro. But I think wait on ESR.
He's 21, and you're saying injuries have done him. He's 21, by the way.
He's gonna cut from Arsenal. He's gonna cut from Arsenal. Well, you'll see.
I'm not trying to see man just doing up Oxlade-Chamberlain settings, bro. Just doing up the corner, the Nivea adverts, and you don't even see man for ages. You're like, does he even still play for us, bro? It's crazy. It's crazy.
I saw you, G. Now go on.
But I hear what Eunice is saying on Jacob Ramsey. That's a good shout.
We've got a couple of people here. So Mac LFC saying Rice, Maddison, and Jude. We've got Eunice saying Bellingham, Jacob Ramsey, and one more, but he doesn't know who that is. We've got KLFC saying Jude, Ramsey, and Rice. We got Bellingham, Rice, and James Ward-Prowse. We got Eunice just shocked saying, Ish not on the Jude train, huh?
Not for us. If we had 200 plus M's to spend, then I'll be like, yeah, cool. But for what we need, I'd say Rice would be our marquee one. Ward-Prowse is like your value for money, and you know he's going to be reliable. And then Madders are just Madders, isn't it? You need someone to unlock something. You need someone to bring a bit of creativity. Then
He was good yesterday as well.
He's very good. Very good.
We got Real Talking TV saying Rice, Mount, and Hall, saying that's a solid midfield.
Where's this Jude Hall thing come from, bro? Like, he's good. I don't understand it.
No, Romz started it. Romz
is the one who's been putting in people's airways.
I don't get it.
What is this stuff?
Wait, put what on people's airways?
Dewsbury
Hall thing, bro. I don't understand it.
He's
I don't
a baller, man.
But you're the same guys are turning up their nose at Ward-Prowse, so you're saying, nah, Jude Hall come here. Bro, it don't make sense, bro.
Brother, the pool for central midfielders in England is absolutely dog food, bro. Like outside of Rice and Bellingham.
Man, do you know who's actually going to be cold? Yeah, but it depends if Potter gives him chances. Carney, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce.
He should have stayed at Villa though. He should have.
He should have. Yeah.
There's actually a player in there still.
What Chukwuemeka?
Yeah, but Potter won't give him enough chances to showcase. But whenever he comes on for Chelsea,
do you know who I think? You know who I think is actually really good is Lewis Hall. I like Lewis.
Yeah, he's cold, bro. He's cold. He's cold. Who did they play in the cup?
He looks a bit bloated, though. He's got that stocky build. Looks a bit fat.
He's a Luke Shaw thing. He's got a Luke Shaw build.
But he's that 6 foot plus, though. That's what I'm saying. He's that 6 foot as well. That's what I'm saying. I like that. I like his profile, man. It'll be decent. Ravi's saying, why are we tweaking for a Brexit midfield? Ravi, what? Liverpool not had a Brexit midfield? When has Liverpool not had a Brexit midfield?
Deep it. We've always had one.
We've always had the Brexit midfield. Always. Go back to Souness and Hansen and them, man. It's always been a Brexit.
The sources we've had is Mascherano, Alonso, Gerrard. That's the sources we've had.
And that could only have one Englishman in there, like, and it had to be Gerrard. Like, there couldn't be another one.
Mascherano was like, he still had that dog in him. Like, he wasn't even like, it was Alonso bringing the source for the whole midfield. Because if you take out Alonso, put Momo Sissoko in, then that's no different from
we're moving mad aggressive.
Pure PMP, bro.
We're getting sent off in the first 10 minutes.
Bro, you can't have an Afan and Argentinian like this, like together like that. That's just their testosterone.
Dude, you just get like a fight on the wing, bro. You know, like that. Like, everyone's just this limbs everywhere, bro.
Bro, they're getting sent off first 10 minutes.
Real talk.
Recency bias radio saying Rice, Mount, and Gibbs White.
Like I said, the pool for midfielders in this country is not really moving me right now. Like, I'm not hearing any names where I'm like, yo, okay, yeah, let's get my man. Like, I'm hearing bare just dead players. So
I like Gibbs White, but we need to.
Gibbs White is a decent player. He was doing it like, I don't know what happened with Wolves. I don't know what that situation was all about.
Actually, do you know another man that will be cold us? You know, this might be like, Romz, shut up. But I think you'll give me credit for this one. Harrison Reed. Bro, he's moving me.
Low, man. Nah, bro.
Hey, yo, what for the names that you're bringing
up? Harrison Reed, he's all right, but he didn't make it at Saints, though. He didn't make it at the Saints. So for me...
Okay, oh shit. Is Lavia English? Lavia's English, right?
Belgian.
Yeah.
Oh, you fucking piece of shit.
But their midfield is looking, their next generation midfield is mad.
Lavia is a midfielder I look at, and I think this is a player that I think that you can buy and would be able to do a role in the 6 if you really wanted him to. Can play the 8, but I feel like in a 6 he'd be a sick player to like have in your team, picking up the ball, being able to dictate play, but still having that kind of technical ability to still play in that 8. I think he's a dope baller. But I thought he was English.
Harrison Reed's 28. I didn't realize he's that old. Bro, you man have turned up your nose at Ward-Prowse, man. Nah, I'm actually not having this.
No, but you know what it is? Okay, you know what it is? It's not about turning up your nose. It's about having a midfield, or even just, I thought like we moved away from like looking at players like this. Like, I thought we were going to start looking at players who are going to take us to that next level. Lavia is better than any young player that we've got at the club. So I would take him in a heartbeat.
He is. Key thing is young player.
No.
Playing 38 games.
But he's not going to be the only signing that I'm talking about. If I had to buy players, he'd be like one of, say, other players I would sign. But 100%. He's not going to take us to that next level. But I thought we were going to be, I guess, maybe if we're not blaming FSG, we're not blaming Klopp, whoever I don't really care. But I thought we got to a stage, where man wasn't going back to Brexit. Like, I thought we stopped the Stuart Downing, the Joe Cole, the Charlie Adam.
I was like, we leveled up.
I thought man was going to be looking at some midfielders and saying, he coming. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let's grab him. What, Gavi on a free? Yeah, come. Like, Gavi. But, like, if you can get him on a free, buy someone like Gavi. Yeah, I'm like, those are the type.
But again, G, I say it back. When have we ever done this?
I know.
At our best, when did we ever do this? We were always shopping even when we touched choice or we touched Selfridges, we were shopping in the reduced section, bro. It was always the reduced section. We never
real reduced section, and it was last season shit.
We copped. What's it called? I'm not the third one. What was I gonna call them? The
Netflix.
Not Valentine. What was I gonna? What is it? The Margellas with the
Margellas. Oh my
They look like space shoes. They look like space
shoes. Yeah, the Margellas. Yeah,
exactly. But we were copying the Margellas 3 years later, bro.
Yeah.
Sale. By this time,
everyone the real one.
You know what springs to my mind? Remember the Young and Chip beef? Young and drops them into the bins.
You know, he picked
when I saw that, I was like, "Yo, you better go back and get them."
He grabbed them out of that. They lined it with some like duvet or something. You know, he's not getting any stain on that.
No stain whatsoever, bro. But I just thought we moved away from all this. Like, when I'm looking at some of the players, I look online and I see some players that we get linked with. I'm like, yo, is this 2017 or are we in 2023? Because some of the players I'm seeing us linked to looking kind of crazy. Like, but Jerry said it, man. We've never done it. So why would I think we're going to change today? It's a bit mad.
Yeah, man. Fast. Going to get into some of the comments. We got Eunice saying he saw Jude next to him and thought he was playing for Klopp. That's in regards to Henderson. We got Thunder Road saying, is the Angola-Ghana watch-along after this stream? Thunder Road thinks we do watch-alongs. You must be right.
I ain't trying to watch no international games, I'll tell you that for free. But
especially Angola and Ghana, man. That will be.
One international game I watched other than yesterday was France versus the Netherlands.
Bro, Netherlands look shit. They look so shit.
Ronaldo was their only bright spot. Ronaldo was still doing genie things, bro. But France's future, bro. I think by the time Mbappe retires, he's guaranteed. For me, he's guaranteed another World Cup. I think he can even make it free. The talent coming from there, it's a joke. It's a joke, bro.
Eunice saying, isn't Ward-Prowse at 29? How many years would we offer him? Does it seem good for the future? Depends how you look at it, man. Depends.
I don't hear that personally about the 29 thing, because if in theory he could play 4 or 5 years at the top level, not at his top level, and still be good for us. You can't have a squad of just 24.
And look, if you have someone that could just take a set piece as well. But when's the last time we scored a free kick that didn't involve Salah having to roll it back and man just ras it in? When has man just bent?
Can someone explain to me,
why is your 11 taking free kicks?
Bro, as in, I was just even going to come to that. I don't know why he keeps standing over these free kicks, because I promise you're not scoring. But what I want to know is, why do players keep running over the ball? I don't get that anymore.
To throw man off.
Brother, I don't see anyone thrown off, bro.
No,
I see everyone stand still.
That's my point. Whereas if you got Trent and Thing over it, now you know when Real Madrid had Beckham, Carlos, and Zidane standing over it, it was just like, yeah, so which one's gonna hit this one? If 2 man can run over it, and you know the other man can still ras it in the top corner. With us, it's
Hendo's just there for vibes.
I see Hendo standing like, what?
You might remember he took one last season. He took one last season against Newcastle. I remember Trent was on the bench. Trent was busting up. I think it went into like Rose or something. He tried to whip it in top bins. Like, you're not that guy, man. You're not that guy. You never will be.
I do agree though. I do agree though. Like what you guys mentioned about Ward-Prowse and in that pocket in the 8 in the right hand side, still being able to do the Trent things. If Klopp plays that way, he's got the quality of delivery and he can take the set pieces. So all of that stuff, I don't even care, man.
What more do you want then? What more do you? Because you know we're not going to get some tech man in midfield like a De Bruyne or something.
But this is it.
What more? What do you want?
And then bring me my tech man.
No, but
you can start balling out.
PFC don't sell jollof, bro. So like, what are you getting from PFC? That's telling me you've only gone to PFC, bro. You're not going to get anything gourmet. You can get your 6-piece, your 10-piece, maybe even a bucket if you're lucky, bro.
6 wings.
That's about it.
Hey, 6 wings and chips. I could dine at that for time, bro. You know what? You're making me think I'm hungry, bro.
6 wings and chips.
Trust me.
It was mad. After school, there was a chicken shop called Kebabish, that opened up. Was towards the end of like year 10, year 11, How was 6 wings and chips a pound?
What?
Come on, bro. Are you crazy?
That's
Of course.
crazy. Bruv,
Bro,
why
of
did it
course.
get locked off for having pigeons? Why did it get locked off for having pigeons?
It got locked off for what?
For having
Six
pigeons.
6 wingers and chips for £1. I'm asking questions. I'll be real with you.
At that age,
In school, man's not asking no questions, bro. Let me get 2 of those.
Mine was never that cheap. You had 4 wings and chips.
That come like Sam's chicken, bro. Man's running.
No, I had 6. So it meant that even if you got
That's a full meal, JJ.
Even if the olders went, oh yeah, let me have a wing. You know, you weren't even
That's cold.
fighting. You were fighting.
Yeah, you're fighting.
You still had the reservation. You had a reserve. You had a reserve of wings because the 2 wings and chips for £1. That was what it was at Favourites. Bro, if someone took 1 wing, it was over, bro. It was over.
Hold on, 2 wings and chips for £1.
Bro.
Yo, man's not eating. What, 2 wings? Nah, man needs minimum. KFC used to do 99p 3 wings, and you get 3 wings. That's just 3 wings. But I need chips as well, bro.
2 wings and chips. You know what I'm doing, bro? I'm buying it. I'm closing the box and waiting.
I can't share that. What? Give me one.
Hold on,
This now in rice when he gets home. Rome's having it in rice when he gets home.
Over to you. As Bossman's handing it over to you, man already waiting, bro, inside the shop.
What
are you gonna say? What are you gonna say? But you end up with
JJ,
1 wing. You end up with 1 wing.
And bare chips.
JJ, you
Bro,
know
bare chips, bro.
JJ, you know there was that one man that didn't have lunch as well, so he's just hungry.
Bruv, it was the older that didn't have lunch, but he had bare pee because he robbed everyone for the pee in the morning already, bruv. It was the same thing with the cookies. Bruv, the worst thing, you cop a cookie off someone, innit? You have that round cookie from Sainsbury's or from Tesco, right?
The little pack,
£1 for 5.
Yeah,
a £1 for 5. You sell them for 50p each. You cop one for 50p. The older says, let me have a bit. Bruv, I remember once I tried to hold on, bruv. Man, it just crumbled in my hands, bruv. He took like 80%. I had to just do this. I didn't even want to eat it then. I wanted that after school. I just had to go.
His hands had been on it as well. He don't know.
No, he took it. But it wasn't like his hand. He just took it all. It was soft.
Oh, he took
it was
it all.
Yeah, it was done, bruv. It was done. The worst one, the last one before we move on. You see, Kool-Aid used to get sold in my school. So, man, I used to do that as well.
Kool-Aid in your school?
Yes,
before Jamie Oliver. That must be before Jamie Oliver and them.
I had Lucasade in that.
No. Not the school used to sell it. The students used to sell it.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
So I'd go like macro or whatever with my mum, right? You get the case of the water, you tip out like the water, a bit of the water, fill up, you put the Kool-Aid in it, shake it up. And then you put it in the freezer, yeah? And then you come into school, put a towel in the bag, used to put bare them and then sell them for £1 each. So you're actually making a lot of money when you think about it.
That's actually a good deal.
JJ has a mad hustle going, bro.
You can make £24 a day, right? Oh, bruv, I remember one time, yeah? This is before I was even selling it, right? Bruv, I went into the toilet, yeah? And the brother came in and was like, I'm there with my boy, and he's like, yeah, I'm selling Kool-Aid. And I'm like, you're not the Kool-Aid man. You're just one of the oldest, but you're selling Kool-Aid now. I was like, nah, I'm calm. He's like, nah, try it, bruv. I'm telling you, it's better. Bruv, I've tried it. Man put salt in it instead of sugar, bruv. Man was like, you tried it now, you got to buy it.
What? I said you tried it, you got to buy it.
I'm sweet, salty. Nah, that sounds crazy.
The way I tried to leave, it didn't end up well, man. I just got rushed. I'm not
You paid it.
I got rushed, and my money got stolen. So £2, my £2 coin got stolen. So now I got left with just a salt Kool-Aid. £2 was gone,
bro. A salt Kool-Aid, that is.
Now evil that is. You're selling, and you knew it was salt in it as well. That's the worst thing about it.
That's mad.
You see when G says suck salt, you literally,
bro, you literally did suck salt, bro. That's crazy. That's actually crazy.
Bro, it is crazy, man. It is crazy, man. We got, hold on, we've done that one. Max saying, by the way, Thiago is our only world-class mid. Laugh at my ass off. Have you seen the stats he putting up? Been saying,
nah, I don't think he's
needs to go. Thiago,
I don't think he's world-class.
He's just annoying me. It's as simple as that.
I don't. Do you know what it is? Thiago's got ability, but is he good though?
But
you could though.
Like, are you like how could you?
How much we rely on him?
Man's G checking him. What you good?
You good?
What I'm saying is, you know, you get a bare man. You know, Romz was spoken about. You get them North African and them Algerians, Moroccans, that go gold. And they're all good. They're technical. But when you're playing with them, are you good though? Are you good? You're either gonna come up, you're gonna tell me you're injured, you're gonna tell me you're tired, you're gonna try to do this. What's going on, bro? Are you actually good? I don't know, man. I don't know.
For me, you can never be considered world class. You can't be world class and play 20 games a season, 30 games.
It's not even that. You've only had one good season, like in the whole career that you've had. How can't you call you world class after that?
I said this on here before. I'll say it again. Man has one appearance at a major international tournament. I said that. I'll leave it at that.
You know what? You speak about humbling, yeah. When G humbled me and JJ with the Defoe thing, these two humbled me. I was trying to back Thiago. These two are just like, what? They were weighing me in, bro. I was trying to back Thiago. They were like, bro, Romz, he's not done it for Spain. I'm trying to make a case. There's some quick little breaking news. It's not that relevant, but it's relevant.
Go on.
Tsimikas has suffered an injury for playing for Greece. It is thought not to be serious, but just come through.
So he did not ball out for them. That's why he got an assist. Everyone's saying he's balling out for them.
I think he's got a little minor injury.
So that's Tsimikas, Thiago, Nunes. I feel like there's one more.
Right.
Gakpo. I think Gakpo was more
yeah, he's fit. I think they're playing tonight.
Yo, Gakpo had the shit. So he must.
Who's playing tonight? Who's playing tonight?
Netherlands. I think Netherlands are playing tonight.
Oh, I thought you said Gakpo.
Gakpo had some watch here and just couldn't handle this.
Bro, he just couldn't handle it, bro. He must have just been, because when Van Dijk came out and said, nah, I don't even think it was the curry chicken, because I had some as well. I was like, yeah, you must have. I said, yo, you just got the shit. You just outed, man. Yeah, you just outed, man. Sick. You outed, man. Sick.
You know, you're trying to firm
There's no food poisoning. You just got the shit, man.
Oh man, Ryan saying Bellingham, Ugarte, Kone, Antonio Silva, and Ndika, and the league is in the bag next season. Bro,
why do you keep thinking we're going to win the Premier League? Man, it's 6, you know.
Yeah,
like we're not moving from 6 to winning the Premier League.
This delusion actually drives man to be hanging off ceilings, bro. This is what I'm
Ryan,
saying.
just ask yourself: do you genuinely think we're even getting? We're probably not even going to get 2 out of them 6, let alone all of them.
First of all, Liverpool are not getting 2 centre backs. I can tell you that for free. Out of that.
Yes, facts.
So we can already erase at least one of them. On top of that, you're talking about Bellingham, Ugarte, Kone. Yo, if Liverpool do it, yo, man will come back to you and say, yo, you was right.
That already is about 250 M touching.
You know, like that. And then Antonio Silva. Antonio Silva's minimum going to be some dumb price because he's probably going to have to go for his minimum fee release clause. You know, Benfica don't do this. Let's do a deal. They only do minimum fee release clause. It's like 100 M. So then what? Like, we ain't signing these guys, bro.
Yeah, it's true. Endman, we got to Endman saying, why don't Mandem scout him and see what he can bring to us like we did with every other player? Virgil was the same team. Mandem saying, why buy him? Genie the same thing. Bobby the same. Salah same. Mane same.
What's that?
James Ward-Prowse.
You know what, like Ish and JJ said, if Southampton go down and we rise up, 2025? Because we know when a player costs a lot and they start playing well, everyone forgets about the fee. So if we bring him for 20 million, if he does bad, it's kind of a win-win. Like, we didn't spend that much on him. But I'm saying if they stay up and I'm seeing 40, 50 M, you got to show me something. But I hear you, Ends. I hear you.
Nah, I don't even hear you, Ends. Like, fuck all of that. I don't want him anyway, regardless. Like,
I'm with you, G, but...
Aaron
saying Jude is Musiala like.
What? Are you crazy? Are you fucking crazy? Bro, Musiala is already levels above this guy. Let's not even do this, bro.
Who's older? They're the same age, isn't it?
Same age, still.
Same age.
Musiala actually might be.
Musiala might be younger, isn't it?
No, Musiala might be older. I feel like he's 20 already. I feel like
he's
20.
No, but that's the same age, man.
But maybe in the same year. Like, they'll be in the same year in school.
He just turned 20. Just turned 20. Jude's like a couple months younger. That's all.
Then there you go.
For me, Musiala's clear.
Bro, it's crazy.
Liverpool 12th man, big up to yourself, saying simple evaluation, despite it being international play, rate Jude versus his peers on the England national team. It's an English play style reminiscent to Prem and all top tier players.
Yeah, but G already established that England midfield is not even saying much. So if you're comparing them to like Calvin Phillips, Rice,
I get what you're trying to say.
Gallagher, like
shit, I forgot about all of these guys. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, what he's saying is correct. At the end, you can only compare him to his peers. But when your peers are Conor Gallagher, Mount, and like I reckon I would shine in the midfield like that. I don't know, like I feel like it'd be kind of crazy. But you're right, 100%. You are right, Liverpool 12th man, and they can only rate him with the players around him. It's not his fault that there's bare duds in the team. So.
Facts. Recency bias wrote a big up to your damn self, saying very lazy comparison in regards to Bellingham and Gerrard, just like how Keita got compared to N'Golo Kante before we signed him. Do you remember when man was saying that?
Yeah.
I heard more than Gerrard shouts, to be fair.
That's all I'm black and then they run about. Like, listen.
I heard people they were calling Keita like the Iniesta and that. I said, what? Hi, yo, Liverpool got Iniesta, the black Iniesta. 100%. I'm on that. I'm on trying to see all of that.
Yeah.
And then we got
I just see a shirt number sometimes and think, okay, they have the same shirt number. They look alike. They're both black with a skin fade. Yeah. Let me just compare them. Nah.
Minerals FC, that in our midfield that you were talking about, you know, you're saying me and Ish and you in midfield with me and Ish being in the pivot, but they'll think you and Ish are the same player, bro. No, they'll be like, why is he still fucking back?
Just a darker skin thing, like, nah, that's him. That's it. That's just my TV. That's just my TV. He's just brighten up.
I'm running back as well. They were like, nah, he's lazy.
No, one of you's gonna have to do the French African thing and dye their hair bald.
And what? Dye their what?
Dye their hair and dye their hair or beard bald. I mean blonde. Sorry. Bald.
Oh, that's Ish, but Ish, you could do that still. You could do that still.
No, bro. I told him about
you know, like the
last time I dyed my hair, it went crazy, bro.
Shit, yeah, Jude Bellingham, yeah. It even looked weird when I saw him with all black hair. Like one time he had just all black. I was like, right, you look weird.
Yeah, trust. JS, big up to JS saying with James Ward-Prowse, you don't need penalties. Just you need to die for free kicks. Man can score hat-trick in free kicks every game.
Very true.
If you've got brothers, just get it. They'll be shook. It would actually allow us to actually having someone like that on the pitch is actually scary. Like if you had a free kick taken there now, you bags. Like I remember with United, people would just get shook as soon as like anyone dribbles near the box. Because if you foul him and it's a free kick, causing problems, man.
Yeah.
Let's go here. Let's see if there's any more comments, man. Ryan saying, I'm just saying, if we have that window with Bellingham, Ugarte, etc., we'd win the league next season for sure.
Nope.
Nah.
Let me just even dispel that from early. Nope.
What teams ever signed 4 to 5 first 11 players and won the league next season? Like, they're going to need time to gel.
It's not even that, bro. You got to remember, look at all the other teams. Like, do you think Man City are just going to be chilling and then that's it?
Fact.
Remember, Man City have dropped off. And this is the drop off. Man City second, through to the next round of the Champions League, into the next round of the FA Cup semi-final, whatever it is. This is their drop off. So, Lord knows
that was my drop off.
Bro,
that was my drop off. I'll be happy, bro. I'll be so happy.
What Ryan said, that will happen, and you just turn off the PS4, bro. It's a career, man. It's not reality, man. That
is a career mode thing right there, bro.
That's man. But look, people, that's been the show, man. That's been the show. Let us know in the comments what you guys think about Ward-Prowse, man. Good option, not a good option. We brought you the stats. You guys got to do your eye test and then decide for yourself before we head off. Then, G, Ward-Prowse, are you in or you're not in?
Nah, I'm not in.
Romz.
I'm not in, but ask me again at the end of the season. But as for now, I'm not in.
Ish, are you in?
I'm all the way in, bro. Before it was even popular, I was in. I was like,
Ish has been on the train.
Yeah, he's been here.
I see what you. Because the thing is, here, I'm thinking like Klopp in it. I know Klopp, he's allergic to tech, so I'm just thinking he's a decent little sign. But man,
he's getting a rash with them, bro. What technique?
Apparently, he don't even like man shooting from outside the box. So he's like, listen.
So what's Ward-Prowse gonna do? Yo, Ward-Prowse is here to shoot outside the box. No,
free kicks are different.
Free kicks.
I hear that.
But yeah, for what we are and where we're going, I think it's a good signing still. It's a good signing still.
Jerry, you in or out, bro?
I'm in, man.
You're side man. Anyway,
I'd give him
Romz the real one, regardless.
I give him the number 8. I think if he's the face, I think he's the
number 8. Yo.
Yeah.
But he's a skipper now. He's got the number 8. That transition's easy. Doesn't have to change his Instagram name. James Ward-Prowse 8.
Them ones just keep it the same, boy.
You don't even need to change it to 37 and that. Like, it's just 8.
You know the guys that have got number 10 in their Instagram and they come to a company like number 34. I'm just like, yeah, you look like a wild right now.
You know Gakpo had that. And they had to change it.
Cavallo had it as well.
Gakpo had to change his Insta.
Yeah.
Carvalho will never see the number 10 shirt for us. Never, bro.
Before he signed, I think it was like Gakpo 8 or
That
something.
one pisses me off, man.
That's deep. You must have spoken to the club, be like, what can I get, like, and say what? No, I can't sort with anyone, June. No, say no more.
Big up to Midway. Appreciate the super chat. This is actually the same, man. Big up. Saying
allergic, bro. He doesn't like it.
Like, he must get rashes over that shit because we seem to be allergic to that.
No, that's why he does this. That's why he does this in games. He goes, that's the allergic reaction. You can affirm it. You know, he goes,
you're getting a spasm. He
signed one techie player in midfield, and he said that he learned how to run. That's all he learned from Klopp. So that tells you all you need to know, to be honest.
Cool, it's true, man. Before we head out quickly, G-ish, let the people know what's popping, man. On the equalizer on GTV.
Go on.
Go for it, G, bro.
Just go on. Go. We could do this all day, bro.
Just go.
This week I got a video on Gravenberch. Yeah, that's it. That's the name. Just looking at him, seeing what he can bring in a general sense. And then I might do a live actually. When do we play? When do we come back to play?
12:30 Saturday morning.
This Saturday.
Etihad 12:30.
Oh, is it Etihad on Saturday?
I thought it was next week. I don't know why I thought it was next week.
No, it's this Saturday, bro.
I might do a live this week then, just to kind of round up everything, take a look at what we've got coming up, and etc. But stay tuned, man. Keep your notifications on, man. Keep your notifications on.
Oh yeah, Endman said as well. It's April Fool's Day as well, so you know there's going to be hella.
Makes sense.
April Fool's Etihad 12:30.
All the captures are already ready. Then you've already got the.
Is there a worse combo? Is there a worse combo we could have? I don't think so. I don't think so.
With a clown at the helm as well, with Klopp as the clown at the helm. Yeah.
Crazy. You know when the bars just write themselves, but yeah, it is what it is.
Sadly, it's actually everything is actually set to be done for itself. Like we don't even need to watch the game; you just see it come up anyway. Really there.
You call me. Actually, no. We'll do that previews later on in the week.
I know what you're gonna say, Romz. We could win.
I wasn't gonna say win. You're pushing it. Bro. I wasn't gonna say win. I was not gonna say win.
But
I've said this week, so I think our next 3 games we just draw every game. That I can.
Yeah, you know what? I was thinking the same thing when I saw
the big teams we don't struggle with, but then Ellen Road, I think, is our game after Arsenal. They'll slap us at 3-1.
Yeah, we'll lose.
That's just what happened. That's
if we win, that is a real April Fool's. I can tell you that, boy. Someone definitely lied to you on that day. Trust. Trust.
But look, man. Until next time, please make sure we're liking the video, we're subscribing, we're sharing as well. Make sure we're heading over to everyone's channel. So Jamie's. Statman's recency bias as well, whoever else was in the chat that I might not be able to go, and make sure we're heading over there, subscribing. Keep your notifications on as well, because this week we're going to be dropping the preview for the City game as well, so that's going to be interesting. We're up and running. But until next time, it's been the J James Show, and we're out, people.